Welcome everyone to another Azure Security Center in the field. That's a big milestone today. This is episode 10. And today we are going to talk about one of the key aspects of Azure Security Center, which is secure posture management. And we all know that in order to improve your secure posture, ideally you should have visibility of your secure posture growth over time. And to do that, our team of data scientists in Israel put together a very cool dashboard in Power BI. And today I'm going to talk with the person that actually created this dashboard. So I'm very pleased to have today in the show Amit Magen. Hello, Amit.
Hi, Yuri. Thanks for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here.
All right. Great to have you here. Thank you very much for your time. So I think that the first question is, give me a little background of what you do in this team. It's very interesting, the work that you guys do, data scientists. Can you explain a little bit what it is, what it means, and what you do?
Sure. So I'm a data scientist in Azure Security Center. As part of my work, I'm developing analytics and machine learning-based methods to extract useful information from data in order to gain insights that might help our customers. My main area of focus on the couple of months is the CSPM area, as you mentioned.
Great, awesome. Amit, I know that you have a demo later and you're going to show everything, but before we go to that direction, can you please explain the architecture behind this Power BI dashboard, how it works, basically?
Yeah, sure. So this is a Power BI dashboard that can help customers to track their Secure Score progress over time and to investigate changes in their score. The dashboard uses the Secure Score data and assessment data, which being exported to Log Analytics every 24 hours using the logic app we provide. Once data is exported to the Log Analytics, the user only needs to open up the Power BI file, enter the Log Analytics Workplace ID, and that's it. You can see the secure score over time.
Okay, that's great. And what about the permissions that I need to configure this?
Okay, so to enable the logic app to have access to the required data, you need to assign reader permission to the logic app for the managed identity of each one of the subscriptions you want to present in the dashboard. The managed identity basically gives the logic apps the permission to access the subscriptions data. In order to assign managed identity, you need owner permission on the scope you want to assign. So in our case, you need owner permission for all the subscriptions you want to present in the dashboard. But once you finished with the initial setup of the logic app, it's enough to have reader permission on the log analytics that stores the data in order to see the dashboard.
And since you talk about subscription, I'm assuming that you can see multiple subscriptions on the same dashboard, right?
Yeah, sure. The dashboard supports multiple subscriptions. It all depends on which subscription you assign the managed identity.
What about a scenario of multi-tenant? For example, let's say that customer has Azure Lighthouse and he wants to see multiple tenants in the same dashboard. Is that possible?
No, so unfortunately, the dashboard, you can't see multiple tenants on the same dashboard. If the customer has more than one tenant, you need to create a dedicated dashboard for each one of the tenants separately.
Okay. So the dashboard is one dashboard per tenant, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. So these are some great insights to get started. So let's go ahead and alternate here for the demo environment, and you can go ahead and demonstrate how it works for the whole process from the beginning to the end.
Okay. So as I mentioned, before you can use the dashboard, you first need to deploy the logic app, that exports the data. You can find the logic app in our community GitHub under the folder Secure Score. And to deploy it, you only need to click on the deploy to Azure, enter the deployment parameters. And when the deployment is completed, you need to assign the reader permissions to the logic app for the managed identity for all the subscriptions you want to present in the dashboard, as I mentioned before. Once you assign the managed identity and trigger the logic app, the data is sent to the log analytics, and 4 new tables are created in your log analytics under custom logs. You can see here, under custom logs, we have the secure score, assessments, controls, and subscriptions. Those 4 are the tables that store the data that our dashboard is based on. And once you see that the data is here, you can go back to our GitHub and go to the report and just download the report from here and connecting between the report and your log analytics by entering the log analytics workspace ID. But before I proceed to presenting the dashboard itself, I want to note that the logic app I presented earlier is actually a general workbook that can be used not only for this dashboard, but also for other tools we have related to Secure Score. You can find those tools here. And therefore, this logic app configuration is actually a one-time effort that can open a lot of options to our customers. So it's very recommended to deploy this logic app even if you're not using the dashboard. Mm-hmm. So let's continue to our dashboard. I have here a dashboard that I already configured. So the dashboard contains 2 reports. The first one is the Secure Score summary. It contains data regarding the Secure Score, and the second one is the resources summary, which presents details about the resources health. So first of all, if you export more than 1 subscription, you can see the aggregated score of the subscription here. You can see the current value and the value over time, the score over time. You can see trends in your score. For example, if there is a drop in the last week or in the last month, and you can also see the progress of each subscription separately here.
When you see this drop, can you track it down to see which resource caused that drop?
Yeah, sure. I will show it later how I can do this first. And in addition to the separate subscription progress we can see here, if you're interested in a specific control, you can also go to this chart and see the progress of each one of the controls separately. So, following the question, I think that the most exciting thing about this dashboard is that it gives us the ability to actually investigate the changes and understand the reasons for why there was a drop. Let's take, for example, the drop we see here in the score for the orange subscription. And I want to understand why there was a drop. What are the reasons for this? To do that, we have the detected changes table. This table contains changes in the environment that might cause the score to change. You can see here resources that change their security status from one status to another for a specific recommendation. You can see deleted resources, and you can see also new resources. And before I start the investigation, I will first filter the dashboard on the subscription I want to investigate to make it easier for me. And I see that on the 14, there was a drop. So I can go to this table and see what happened on the 14. We can see that on 14, there are 3 resources that their security status was changed. And now we want to know exactly what was the change, which was the resources and what recommendation. Mm-hmm. So I have a few options to do that. First of all, I can open here, day, drill down, and see the specific resources. But if I want also to know what is the recommendation that changed, so I can go to the resources summary. There I can find a table with more details regarding the changes. And if I go to the date, the 13 that we saw the change, and open it up, I can see that for the recommendation, system updates should be installed on your machines. There are 3 resources that change their security status from healthy to unhealthy, which can definitely explain the drop we saw. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. You have no idea how this is helpful, because we heard a lot of time customers, why my score changed? How can I track this? This is beautiful. Well done.
I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear. So now you have the full picture. You know what is the recommendation, what is the resource, and you can contact the resource owner for remediation. And besides the investigation capabilities, users can also use the dashboard in order to see the current security status of their environment. They can see here the status of their recommendation, the number of healthy, unhealthy, and not applicable resources for each one of the recommendations. And also they can see the status of their security controls. And therefore, I think that this dashboard is very useful for our customers.
Absolutely. I mean, this demo covers some key aspects of secure posture management, and mainly the track of what it changed on that specific days. This is extremely powerful, extremely easy to use. So you've done a great job putting the dashboard together. The visualization of the data is beautiful, very organized. Amazing. Very, very great job, Amit. Before we wrap up, I just want to ask if you have any final thoughts and considerations that you like to share with our audience.
I just want to note that this dashboard is extendable. If the users need more visualization, they can easily add some more. And they can also create new dashboard by leveraging the Secure Score API or Azure Resource Graph. And I hope that I managed to show you how useful this dashboard is and how it can give us the opportunity to see the bigger picture of CSPM.
Yep, absolutely. And also feedback, right? If customers are willing to also provide some feedback on how to improve or perhaps even more different dashboards, feel free to use the Azure Security Center user voice. I'm going to put the link here on the bottom so they can provide feedback as well.
We basically have a built-in link in our dashboard to put feedback, so you can use the dashboard
can you show
itself.
Can you show that? Can you show that?
Yeah, sure. You can see that under the title of the Secure Score summary, you can go directly to give us feedback, and here you go. It's open up a form where you can suggest us new things.
Great. And this and you, I'm assuming that you're gonna triage those requests and everything, right?
Of course.
Excellent. That's great. So you have the option to provide feedback directly on the Power BI dashboard or on the Azure Security Center user voice. Great. So Amit, thank you very much again for your time, for taking the time today to talk to us about this incredible job you've done with the dashboard. There is also a blog post that she wrote on that. I'm going to put the link here as well. Make sure to access the blog post, read it, and start utilizing the Power BI dashboard to manage your secure score. So with that, I'd like to thank you very much for the audience. Keep sharing the video and subscribe to the Microsoft Security channel on YouTube. Thank you very much and see you next time.